The thing that
Humongous.
always stood out to me about Dokken when you talk about the scene that was there and how you guys were kind of different is, quite honestly, the lyrics were way more versatile. The songs were sometimes way more complex. And I mean, you had songs like Kiss of Death about the AIDS epidemic, or
Yep.
Will the Sun Rise about war going on. And you were not the band who was just about the partying and the fire. You may have been a part of that scene because it was all out of LA at that same time, but I definitely think that there's something in the music and the lyrics that always separated Dokken from all the other bands that was just all about fun party lifestyle and their lyrics 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, if I look back at my 13 album history, which is not as much as a lot of bands put out, because I was the main lyricist, I never wrote a song called Girls, Girls, Girls or Unskinny Bop Bop, or it just wasn't my writing skill. I'm not knocking them. The Girls, Girls, Girls Motley Crue video was a killer song. And Unskinny Bop Bop, I have no idea what that means.
I don't think any of us do.
You'd have to ask Brett that. But it wasn't my writing style. I wrote, like you said, I wrote songs like Kiss of Death about AIDS, and Will the Sun Rise was about the end of the world, and the apocalypse is coming, and what's going to happen when we wake up tomorrow. And those are the things that I wrote about. And I wrote about love found and love lost, but I just wasn't into those pop choruses. It wasn't Doc, and we got stigmatized because we came from the 80s and we had long hair. And they're like, oh yeah, Doc and hair metal band. I'm like, I hated that term. We're not a hair metal band. We toured with AC/DC, Judas Priest, all the heavy bands. You would never see a band like Poison opening up for AC/DC. You would never see a band like Motley Crue or Poison opening up for Judas Priest. These are the bands we opened up for because we had that heavy side to us. But the fans only saw what they saw on MTV. In My Dreams, It's Not Love, Just Got Lucky, Alone Again. The commercial songs were on MTV. So I think that kind of put us in that category that we were a hair band. But any hardcore Dokken fan knows we were kind of schizophrenic. We had our commercial hits, and then we had our heavy, more intelligent, dark lyrics about life and apocalyptic stuff and AIDS. And I don't think any of those bands wrote songs about that.
I would agree. And then of the bands you listed, I mean, you also got to tour with Metallica pre-Black Album, or do shows with them, I should say, before they were a household name.
Yeah, that was a tough tour because they hadn't done the Black Album yet. I mean, Metallica's now the biggest band in the world.
Absolutely. I just saw them at Giant Stadium, and I've never seen a crowd bigger in my entire life.
No, it's huge. I mean, they play the Antarctic. They can play anywhere they want. I saw the video, they played the Antarctic. I was like, holy shit, out in an ice floe. And that was kind of maybe the reason we broke up, because of Metallica. Because when we played the stadium tour, Metallica came on stage every day with this attitude like, do or die. I mean, they just gave it 100%, 110%. They were kicking ass. They were just coming out with Injustice for All, which was not my favorite Metallica album. And, they hadn't done the Black Album yet. This now took them into superstardom. And I would talk to the band and I say, look at Metallica. And they're opening for us. And we had the same manager. And I say, well, Cliff, I know they're opening up and they're only making half the money as us, but could you put them on after us? Because when Metallica went on and they closed the show with whatever it was, Kill 'Em All or something like that, we're coming on stage doing In My Dreams. We look like the Monkees practically, because we're just a straight ahead rock and roll band. But I respected Metallica so much because we'd be in Texas and it'd be like 105 degrees and they'd go on at like 3 o'clock and it's just sweltering hot. But they went on every day. Metallica had this mindset that if this is our last show, we die, so be it. They gave it 110%. And we've been on the road for a year and a half. And I think we just kind of got full of ourselves, I mean, we had toured with Aerosmith and all these other bands, and we weren't playing well, in my opinion, because the drugs. When you're on stage in front of 100,000 people, and I'm trying to, front the band, and you got all these cameras on you and big screens, and the camera would go to George during a solo, and I'd look over and there's no George on stage. Where's George? I hear him playing, but he was on stage because he was standing behind his Marshall amplifiers doing coke. And, I begged and pleaded and said, is there any way you guys can't do drugs for 90 minutes? And basically they said no. They were doing coke on stage, and it was really, for me, depressing. I started the band. The band's called Dokken, and everybody was doing coke on stage. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And that's when the band unraveled.